everybody? Hey, welcome in to another episode of From the Bench to the Mic. I'm your host, Jonathan Holmes, and I just want to say thank you to wherever you may be listening and however you may be listening. I just want to say thanks for tuning in with me, talking college ball. We're in Feast Week, baby, my favorite time of year. All of these great tournaments, showcases, events, things of that nature. It's that turning point from football to hoops, and I'm so excited for it. So I kind of talked about that in my last episode, but if you haven't, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me a like, give me a comment. We keep these coming every Monday and Friday, and then maybe a few times here and there in between the week when I get some time. But yeah, college football is winding down. College basketball is starting to gear up and really getting into its stride. So, it's tough. I've got Syracuse Houston on in the background. Awesome game. Houston's up 9 right now, but Syracuse has played its tail off, and I've been impressed with Syracuse. So Cayenne Anthony might be legit, man. That dude, he's not scared of nothing. Love it. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and talk through Purdue, Texas Tech. I was watching it live in my last video. Complete blowout. Purdue just took belt to Texas Tech. I mean, my goodness. They just imposed their will, showed them why they're the number one team in the country. Very solidified that. So I was very impressed with Purdue. I mean, I think the most important stat was they had 7 dudes in double figures. That's when you have 7 guys in double figures like that. I mean, 1, you have to be shooting the ball extremely well, and 2, you're not going to lose many games, especially with how defensively sound Purdue is and Matt Painter and his squad. So, 7 dudes in double figures. They shot 60% from the field. They shot 40% from 3. I believe they shot 70% from the free throw line. Just crazy stats. Not like that's very uncharacteristic by Texas Tech. Normally you see Texas Tech really get up after you, really make you uncomfortable, but Braden Smith was just orchestrating everything. Trey Kaufman-Renn was able to do his thing. They had no problems with handling the business of the Red Raiders. So very impressed with them. Oscar Clough had a double-double, 15 and 15. But I don't expect this from Texas Tech. I think this was a good wake-up call for them. I know they went and played at Illinois. I think they may have got a little bit comfortable after that. So I think this was a great wake-up call for them. McLaughlin's going to have these guys rocking and rolling for the Big 12. I don't see them losing another game with this wide of margin. It's pretty tough to see. I wanted to see a great game. It's one of those where I just got done watching Wake Forest and Memphis, which in my opinion, game of the night. Wake Forest was able to run their 9-1-1 play. That's what I like to call it, the 9-1-1 play to perfection. Got a game-winning 3 off. A lot of people giving some heat to Memphis on why they didn't miss the free throw. So that's up to debate. I think you miss it. I think a lot of the guys that I've been watching on CBS, they tend to agree with me. So I think either way it works. You just can't give up a 3 ball at the end of the game like that. So hopefully that doesn't happen again for Memphis, because this season could get very sideways for them very quick. So. Anyways, Purdue dominated Texas Tech, got a 30-piece out of them. It was hard to watch. I didn't even watch the second half. So, we're going to dive right on into Feast Week, baby. I'm going to walk through each of the major events and just give you guys a quick breakdown, because I know there's a lot of them. A lot of people got football going on, watching the NFL. I'll be watching the NFL, of course. It's Thanksgiving, but Feast Week, you got hoops on all day. It feels like it's an early taste of March, what March is going to bring us. There's some phenomenal events. I love the Maui Invitational. That's a childhood nostalgia for me. Just tuning in and seeing the tight gym, the competition. It's like a high school tournament kind of vibe, and that's something I really enjoy watching, no matter who's in it. We've got the Battle for Atlantis. That's always a classic. My cousin actually played in that not too long ago on the women's side. Fort Myers tip-off, CBS Sports Thanksgiving Classic between Duke and Arkansas. I want to talk through that one because those are my two teams. And then the Players Era, I'm watching it right now, Houston and Syracuse. The Players Era. There's a new big dog on the block for Feast Week, and it's these guys. They're really doing it right. They've absorbed and won, boy. They've absorbed the NIL era of money and dishing it out to the winners, dishing it out to the players. It's cool. It's really cool. You wish you could get both. You wish you could get high level basketball at the Maui Invitational, which I'm not saying there's not going to be high level basketball, but it's no big names that are out there. Battle for Atlantis, same thing, and you can get this Players Era tournament, but it's you can't get everything you want. So I'll take the good with this. This Player Era is super sweet. There's a ton of great basketball that's going to be being played. So that's a goal tip. Oh, good tip. Okay. 67-62. Here comes Syracuse. But anyways, let's start with the Maui Invitational real quick. Teams that are in it participating. You got NC State, USC, Wazoo, Seton Hall, Boise State, Arizona State, Texas, and of course the host Chaminade. Now, I don't know a ton about any of these teams. I know NC State's got Will Wade, as much as people may hate him and how much of a scumbag he might have been at LSU. That dude knows ball. I mean, I always hated playing LSU just because I knew what we were going up against as a coach, even though they may have not have had the most talent, even though they had a ton of talent. Tremont Waters, Skylar May, Javonte Smart. I mean, they had some dudes, but Will Wade just he knows how to coach. He knows hoops in and out. Dude's a wicked smart guy. I think he's gonna have NC State really. He's gonna have them competing in the ACC this year. I don't know if they necessarily win the ACC, but he's gonna have them competing. I think they're for sure a tournament team. And if they had not lost today, so I'm recording this Monday night. They already played today. If they hadn't lost to Seton Hall, I would have picked them. So I'm glad I'm doing this a little bit later so I can sound somewhat intelligent about my picks. That being said, I can't pick USC. I can't go against with their coach. Can't ride with them. Wazoo, I don't know nothing about them. Seton Hall, Boise State. Boise State just lost to USC, so I'm gonna say no. They can't, so that's an obviously no. I think I'm gonna rock with Texas and go with Chris Beard. I saw them play against Duke. They handled Duke pretty well in the first half of the first game this year. I think Chris Beard can really get these guys rolling for a tournament like this. They've got size. They've got some experience back from their team last year. 4-1, so their only loss is to Duke on night one. I mean, they haven't played anybody else outside of that, but I'm gonna go with Chris Beard, kind of taking a shot in the dark, but I'm going with the coach that I know. And I mean, Bobby Hurley at Arizona State could be sneaky. They play Gonzaga pretty well for like 3/4 of the first half. But I'm gonna rock with Texas on this one. So you can watch that all week. It's such a cool atmosphere. I would love to go someday. But yeah, huge fan of the Maui Invitational again. A childhood nostalgia for me, and there's gonna be some great hoops played out there. Even though it's not big games, there's gonna be some great hoops. So, Boise State. Yeah, that's right. Boise State lost. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, whatever. Battle for Atlantis. Let's get into it. Battle for Atlantis. You got Hilltoppers, WKU, Vandy, VCU, USF, Colorado State, Virginia Tech, Wichita State, and St. Mary's. Who? I'm joking. My pick here is Virginia Tech solely because of Nicolas Avadalas, 6'9" freshman. If you haven't seen his highlights, go Google him. I'll put his profile right here. Nicolas Avdalis. It reminds me of Luca. I hate saying that, but he does. His pace is crazy. His ball control, crazy. Self-control, crazy. He's a guy that can get Virginia Tech getting back in the right direction. So a lot of good things happen over in Blacksburg. James Franklin, of course, coming off of the football team, even though they're not totally related at all. But it'd be good to get the Hokies back competing in the ACC. Oh my, Emmanuel Sharp, what are you doing? Shot clock, okay. 67-62, just in case you were wondering. Houston's beating Syracuse. Again, I don't know a ton about these teams. I'm taking Virginia Tech here. St. Mary's probably makes a run, but again, it's one of those things where the players era is kind of taking over, taking all these big names, but it's not to say there's going to be bad hoops. There's going to be good hoops. So make sure you tune in. At least for Nicolas. That dude is a baller. Go check him out. Okay, Fort Myers tip-off. This isn't a tournament, this is more of an event. Carolina versus Michigan State on Thanksgiving. And then you've just got some other teams that are just there, I think, just to fill some spots, get some guys some recognition. Oh, dunk that. Hey. 67-64. Here we go. Anyways. Yeah, I think this was just to get some exposure from these other teams. East Carolina, Bucknell. You got the Bonnies from St. Bonaventure, VMI. Buffalo, they're all featured in this. Oh my. Oh, okay. Offensive board. But UNC Michigan State on Thanksgiving, Tom Izzo versus Hubert Davis. I know a lot of people have their opinions about Hubert Davis. I think Caleb Wilson is a mismatch nightmare. It'd be interesting to see how Michigan State pairs up with them. I think they may go a little zone, force UNC to shoot. Bang! They tied it. Oh, snap. 67-67. Here they go, man. Oh, timeout, Houston. That was cold. Carmelo's going crazy. We got the Syracuse fans. Oh, my goodness, baby. What a shot. This is out in Vegas, too. They travel well. Travel very well. Okay. Where was I at? Oh, yeah, I was talking through UNC Michigan State. A top 15 matchup. I mean, a ton of talent across the board. You've got Caleb Wilson, who's a mismatch nightmare. You've got Jeremy Fears at the point guard position. I love him. Yeah, I've spoke plenty about him, I believe, in my past episodes. Tom Izzo's, I think it's going to come down to coaching. As much as everybody gives Hubert Davis some heat, it's all valid, and I think it's going to come down to that. And I think Tom Izzo gets the edge here with his guys. They've already gone up against some great competition in Arkansas and Kentucky. Beat the brakes off of Kentucky. I think they ride the momentum and take down Carolina on Thanksgiving evening. I believe it's at 6 o'clock Central Time. All right, ESPN Invitational. This is another one that's really cool. This is one that I watched a lot growing up. They've kind of gone away from the tournament format and have gone to this showcase dealio. But 3 out of the 4 teams I'm really intrigued in. 1, BYU. I bought their stock early in the season. Miami, who is much improved from last year. Then you have Georgetown, again, another team that is very improved from last year under Ed Cooley. And then you got Dayton, who out of the A10 could be a sneaky team come tournament time. Again, I'd have to do my research on them, but they're always a solid basketball program, and you can't ever sleep on the Flyers. So BYU versus Miami. I think I'm really excited to see DeBanza and Rob Wright, Richie Saunders play in another up-tempo game. I think this game could be in the high 80s, low 90s. Both teams love to score. Miami's averaging, it's close to 90 a game outside of the Florida game. Florida game, they got beat by 14. I'm sorry, they got beat by 20. No, they got beat by 14. I'm sorry. Got beat by 14. They're 5-1 on the year. They've really turned the tide. They have a ton of freshmen. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 8 freshmen on their squad. They've totally Jai Lucas has really he's a Duke guy, and I love seeing him get Miami back, start to get back. I'm not saying they're all the way back, no way. I think it's a great step going forward, but they've made a huge impact in the high school rankings. You got Ernest Uday from TCU, who transferred in as a senior to be your leader and the man in the middle. Hang on, sorry. We got one more possession. Oh my Lord, what are you doing? You took a 40-footer for the win. Go, let's go. Hey, you gotta get that ball to Cayenne Anthony. Oh, he's not even on the floor. Never mind. Hang on. Here we go. 16 seconds. Ball up top. Everybody's on their feet. Melo's going crazy. Melo's drawing up a play. It looks like I'm sure he's to start pointing the direction. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. No, he's in the middle. No, what are you doing? Take the jumper. He tried to dish it in the middle, and then dude got blocked by 4 people. Oh, what are we doing? Set him up for failure. He was in a tough spot. The center was in a tough spot. Great defensive stand by Houston, though. My goodness, man. Get that out of here. The Tugler? It is. Holy cow. That was big time by him. Good Lord. Anyways, Miami versus BYU. Bet the over. I think that's going to be a fun one to watch. Georgetown, Ed Cooley. They're playing at a super high level. They beat Maryland earlier with Buzz Williams. They seem to be a top 3, top 4 team in the Big East. Up there with Creighton, Villanova, UConn. They're right there, man. Okay, CBS Sports Thanksgiving Classic. Arkansas versus Duke. These are my 2 teams here, y'all. I think Duke... I think it's going to be an electric matchup. I think it's going to be fun to watch. But I think Duke's size and Duke's big men are going to be a problem for Cal and the Hogs. I have no problem with their guards. I think Malik Thomas, I think they match up well, guard-wise. Their big guys are what concern me. Patrick Ngongba, Cam Boozer, Malik Brown. I don't know how they're going to be. Kamina is going to be a problem from an offensive glass perspective. But I don't see how the Hogs are going to be able to compete with the size. I don't like their bigs as much as I thought I did at the beginning of the season. Unless they come back to surprise me, but I'm not really sure. All right, 76-74, overtime, Houston, Syracuse. They're not fouling, which is interesting. They're relying on their D to get a stop. I love it. Don't foul. Okay, you foul there, whatever. Okay. I think it's gonna be a fun matchup. I'm excited for it. 2 high-level offenses going at it. Arkansas has been trending up recently since the Michigan State loss. Duke's been pounding everybody, so I just don't see how Arkansas is going to have enough firepower to overcome Duke in this game. So played Chicago. I want to try and go, but got plans with the fam. Unfortunately, can't, which is fine. Families are important, so I'll tune in on TV for sure. And then you have the nightcap, the very late nightcap, 10 o'clock start. Oklahoma State versus Northwestern. Now, a lot of people are thinking, why in the world did you bring that up? Both these teams I think they can be sneaky tournament teams. Oklahoma State 6-0, Northwestern's 5-1. Oklahoma State beat A&M, beat the brakes off of them early in the season. They beat Auburn in an exhibition match. They're averaging 90 points a game. Northwestern, Chris Collins, they're 5-1 with their one loss to Virginia, a good Virginia team. Nick Martinelli, he's averaging 19 for him. Stud underneath. He's problems in the Big Ten. That dude's problems. So expect those 2 teams sneaky good. It's gonna be a good matchup. Not a lot of people are gonna watch it, but that's a good one there. One to keep your eye on. 2 teams to keep your eye on throughout the season. Okay, now for the granddaddy of them all, the Players Era. I'm watching it right now. This is cream of the crop basketball. Houston versus Syracuse. I think Syracuse has proved that they can compete at a high level. They seem to be back after the Jim Boeheim era. Houston is just in a dogfight. and they're playing well, keeping Syracuse away. Syracuse is playing probably the best game that they could be playing right now. 4-point game. Let's see what they do here. You don't need a 3. You don't. Okay, that works too. Brick. Okay, shot from the logo. I don't know why people do that. But you have some insane matchups to this. Let me just read these to you. This is day 1. St. John's, Iowa State. Iowa State beat St. John's earlier today by a basket. Houston, Syracuse, watching right now. It's going to be probably a one-possession game it ends up being. Oregon versus Auburn later on today or tonight. And then you got Alabama versus Gonzaga. Awesome. Just awesome. I mean, how much more do you want? There's a couple teams that aren't on here that I would love to see, but they're playing in other spots. So day 2 though. Houston, Tennessee. Kansas versus Syracuse. Michigan, Auburn. Iowa State versus Creighton. Shoot the ball. Brick. Creighton or Gonzaga versus Maryland. I love that. You got some fun matchups, some different matchups, high caliber matchups. To the way this format works, you're probably asking, why in the world does this Players Era have so many teams in it? They do like a round robin, pool play-ish style of game on nights 1 and 2. Then you go into a bracket play, and you play a tournament Thursday to Friday. I believe maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I believe I had to double check those dates. Anyways, you do that, but the biggest thing is, 1, you get all the eyes on it because of the high caliber teams you have. 2, the money that gets poured into it. And 3, the winners, they get paid out like the NBA Cup. Now, I don't know the totals, but the winners are going to get more than the losers. It's going straight. It sounds like it's strictly NIL. I'm sure programs still getting some of that too. But they've really absorbed this NIL, NBA Cup, winner take all kind of play. So I think it's so great. They've really absorbed. They've got awesome sponsors, some big time money coming in. Ticket sales seem to be much higher than last year. Just overall, they're doing a great job out there in Vegas. Again, I can't speak highly enough of the competition that they've brought in, and it's just a bummer they're taking away from Maui and Battle for Atlantis and ESPN Invitational, the ones that we've all grown up and loved. But it's a new era. It's a new era of college basketball, and Houston won that game, by the way, just so you know. The new era of college basketball, and this group, whoever it is absorbing it, and they're doing a fantastic job. So I'm gonna be tuning in the rest of the night. I'm gonna be watching Alabama Gonzaga after this, and then tomorrow I'll be watching hoops all day. Let me see who's playing tomorrow. Tomorrow, Tuesday. I'll tune into Houston, Tennessee. Of course, it's at 5. It's right after work. Indiana, Kansas State. That's not Players Era, but that's a good game. I kind of like that. Auburn, Michigan. I forgot to write that one down. Oh, no, I wrote that one down. I'm sorry. Auburn versus Michigan will be a great one. 2 different styles of offense being played. 2 way different types of teams. And then, it's going all the way until midnight. It's crazy what they've got going. But, hey, it's feast week, man. College basketball is in full swing. We love it. Again, hey, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Let's enjoy Thanksgiving, man. Enjoy the time with the fam. Remember, the family's important this week. Get with someone you care about, you love, and everybody have a happy Thanksgiving, happy feast week, and I'll catch you guys on Friday, maybe Sunday, something around there. I'll catch you up with a little recap from the week. So, all right.